Friends, how are you all? Welcome once again on the YouTube channel of BYJU'S Exam Prep. I'm Gaurav Gupta and today we are going to start with a new session in which we are going to discuss the basics of quants for the chapter of geometry. So friends, in this session we'll be discussing some of the very basic questions which are based on geometry. Alright, now you must have attended a lot of sessions previously in this series of sessions, and here I am bringing some original questions that I have made exclusively for all of you, for all the students who are preparing for CAT 2023 and the other management entrance examinations. Now I must tell you, which I have already told you earlier as well, now these sessions are made so that all of you must understand the basics of quants, as well as some students who have already finished these chapters. They will have some more extra questions. They have some more additional questions for their practice. So these sessions will not only help you to build up your basics, to revise the concepts, but it will also act you as a new question bank, and your revision will keep on continuing up till the CAT examination. So friends, good afternoon. Welcome back once again on the YouTube channel of BYJU'S Exam Prep. Alright, Vaishnav says, thanks sir, much needed. SMC, a good afternoon to you. So friends, I hope all of you have joined in and all of you are ready to have a look at some wonderful questions based on geometry. Alright, so we shall start with this. Now I have kept less number of questions in this session, okay, but definitely I'll be conducting more and more sessions on geometry. Less number of questions, why? Because some of these questions might take some extra time for the explanation. Okay, so start karte hain. We'll be solving these questions in the similar pattern. I'll be showing you a question. We'll be giving you some time to understand, to solve the question. Since the questions are of geometry, questions will be a little lengthy. You might have to draw the figure in these questions. So I'll be giving you a little bit more than 1 minute. Okay, earlier I was giving you 45 seconds to 1 minute. Today I'll be giving you some extra time so that you'll be able to solve these questions in that appropriate amount of time. ठीक है, चलिए start करते हैं. So question number 1 will be there on your screen in a few moments. Please take out your rough sheets. Definitely take out your rough sheets because it will be difficult for you to do these questions orally. You might have to draw the figure in some cases. ठीक है, so figure draw करना है तो उसके लिए rough sheet will be necessary. So take out the rough sheets and start solving these questions. So the first question on your screen now. Now this question is based on circle and square, the combination, the mixture of these two. Okay, so the question says the circumference of a semicircle is 126. All right, so the circumference is given as 126. Oh wait, just give me a second. All right, so 126 is the circumference of the semicircle. Careful, okay. Now if the diameter of semicircle is 30% less than the diagonal of the square, then what is the perimeter of that square? All right, any answers for this? So first of all, the first step will be the circumference of the semicircle is given as 126. Now using this circumference, you can find out the radius of this circle. Okay, so let's go for the first step. Now circumference for a semicircle. Now semicircle, we have the curved portion and we have the diameter as well. All right. So the semicircle of, the circumference of the semicircle will be pi r plus the diameter can be written as twice of r. Okay, pi can be taken as 22 upon 7, so 22 upon 7 into r plus twice of r, which can further be written as 36 upon 7r. Now this value is given as 126, so this is equal to 126. Now from here I can calculate the value of r. So the value of the radius of this semicircle will be equal to 126 multiplied by 7 divided by 36. I can cancel out 6, okay? So again I can cancel out 3, so it will become 2 and it will become 7. So the radius of the circle will be equal to 49 divided by 2. Alright, this is the first thing that we have got, the radius of this semicircle. Okay, now the next thing is given, the diameter of this semicircle. So now radius I have 49 upon 2, so what will be the diameter? So diameter will be equal to 49. Now 49, this value is 30% less than the diagonal of the square. So let's say D is the diagonal of the square. Okay, now this diagonal, the diameter is 30% less than the diagonal. Okay, so if D is the diagonal, diameter is 30% less than the diameter, so that means 0.7 times the diagonal of the square is equal to 49. So the value of D will be equal to 70. That is the diagonal of this square. Okay, so diagonal of the square is equal to 70. Done? Fine. Now from this we can calculate the side of the square. So side of the square is diagonal divided by under root 2. Okay, that is equal to 70 divided by root 2. This is the side of the square. Now 70 root 2 can be written as 70 upon root 2 can be written as 35 root 2. So this will be the side of the square. Now side of the square we have already calculated. Now we want to find out the perimeter of the square. So side will be multiplied by 4. So 4s, that is the perimeter, will be equal to 140 under root 2. So 140 under root 2 will be the required answer. So the correct answer for this question should be option A. Okay, so option A is the correct answer. Alright, yes, this is the correct answer. Alright, okay, so that was question number 1. Now let's move on to question number 2. This time I'll give you more time. Okay, so for the next question I'll give you a little bit more time as compared to this one. So question number 2 on your screen now. So take some time, solve this question and post your answer. So the question is, a right circular cone of maximum size was carved out of a right circular cylinder. Important is keeping the height and the radius as same as of the cylinder. Okay. Now we have to find out what will be the height of the cylinder if the difference between the volumes of the cylinder and the conical structure was 4928. The respective ratio between the height and the radius is given as 6:7. Difficult question nahi hai if you understand the relation between the volume of cone and the volume of cylinder. Okay. Ritik, you are saying that you have managed to get an accuracy of 70 to 80% in 3 marks. Is it good accuracy or not? So, Ritik, if your average accuracy percentage is between this, it is good. Generally, what happens is in Quant and LRDI section, we get a little higher accuracy as compared to VARC. Okay, generally, I'm not saying every person has a better accuracy in QA LRDI as compared to VARC, but in general this happens. So in VA and LRDI, in QA and LRDI, try to manage an accuracy of 85 to 90%. Okay, and in verbal section you can have an accuracy of 75%. Okay. So look for the accuracy in the respective sections, right? चलिए डिस्कस करें ये वाला क्वेश्चन. Shall we? Okay, start करते हैं. Now meanwhile you all can post your answers. Now first of all, if a cone and a cylinder has same height and same radius, I can say that the volume of cone will be 1/3 the volume of cylinder. Okay, so same height and same radius, volume of cylinder will be equal to pi r square h, and volume of cone is equal to 1/3 pi r square h if the radius and the height are same, which is given here, keeping the height and the radius as same. Okay. Now the difference between these two, the difference between these two volumes will be 2/3 pi r square h, which is given as 4928. Okay, 4928. Also the ratio of height and the radius is given as 6:7. So I can assume that the height is 6x and the radius is 7x. So I'll substitute it in this case. So 2/3 multiplied by 22/7, which is pi. Radius is 7x. So 7x into 7x into 6x. Okay, this will be equal to 4928. All right, this is equal to 4928. Now from here, from this expression, we can find out the value of x, right? So 7 will get cancelled from here, then 7 will get cancelled from here, 704. Okay, 22 will get cancelled from here, so 3 2 32, right? 3 and 6 यहाँ पे 2 cancel हो जाएगा, 4 will get cancelled with 32, so it will be 32/4, that is 8. So x cube will be equal to 8, right? Now if x cube is equal to 8, the value of x will be equal to 2, right? Now we have got the value of x. Simple calculations, कुछ difficult calculations नहीं थी, सब कुछ easily cancel out हो गया. Now the value of x is 8, so the height will be the value of x is 2, so the value of height will be 6 into 2, that is 12, and the value of radius will be 14. Now what are they asking? What will be the height of this cylinder? The height is 6x, that is equal to 12. So the correct answer will be equal to option C. So option C in this case is the correct answer, right? I'll once again show you the calculations. I'll once again discuss this entire question. So volume of cylinder pi r square h, volume of cone 1/3 pi r square h. The difference between these two is 2/3 pi r square h, which is given as 4928. Okay. Also height and radius का ratio given है 6:7. So I have assumed height and radius as 6x and 7x and have substituted these two values in this equation. Okay, radius and height. Done. Simplifying this, I've got the value of x cube, which is 8. If x cube is 8, x will be equal to 2. Substituting the value of x here in 6x and 7x, you will get the respective values of height and the radius. Okay, now whatever is asked, you can answer that particular thing. All right, so that was question number 2. Let's move on to question number 3. Question number 3, question short है, ठीक है, solution थोड़ा सा tricky है. Okay, now you can manage to do this question. You can manage to find the answer in somewhere around 4 to 5 steps. Okay, but you have to go very logically in this case. Find the ratio of the area of circle to the area of square if the perimeter of circle and square is equal. If their perimeters are equal. In case of circle, perimeter is same as the circumference. Okay. Again, you can take the value of pi as 22/7. you may assume the value of pi as 22 upon 7. जल्दी, this question can be done in less than a minute. छोटा सा आसान सा क्वेश्चन है. ओके, चलिए स्टार्ट करें. Now you are given the perimeter of circle and the square as equal. Perimeter of circle or circumference of circle is 2 pi r, which is given equal to as the perimeter of the square. If s is the side of the square, so I can say 4s will be the perimeter of the square. So 2 pi r the radius of circle, is equal to 4s. S is the side of the square. Okay. Now from here I'll calculate the ratio of radius and the side. So it will be 2 upon pi. Okay. 2 upon pi as it is छोड़ देते हैं. So the radius and the side will be in the ratio of 2 upon pi. ठीक है. Now we have to find the ratio of the area of circle to the area of square. So area of circle is pi r square and area of square is s square, right? So this will be pi bracket r upon s whole square. Cool. R upon s का वैल्यू यहां से उठा लेते हैं. This is 2 upon pi. So this will be equal to pi r square upon s square. That is 2 square is 4 upon pi square. So that will become 4 upon pi. Now put the value of pi as 22 upon 7. So 4 divided by 22 upon 7. So that is equal to 14 upon 11. So the ratio of their areas is 14 upon 11. Option D is the correct answer. Okay. Now this time Virendra and Ritik, both of you have given the correct answer. Good. Now keep it up. Option D, 14 upon 11, 14 is to 11 is the correct answer. Let's move on to question number 4. Question number 4. You are given an isosceles right angled triangle. Its area is given as 72. Okay. A square whose length is equal to twice the base of this right angled triangle is constructed. Find the length of the diagonal of that square. Easy. Step by step karo. Hardly 40 seconds you should get the answer for this one. Now, right isosceles triangle, it should be a right angle and two sides should be equal. Obviously, hypotenuse cannot be equal to any of the sides, right? Now, area of this triangle is given as 72. So, area is half into base into height. The base is x, the height is x. So, half into x square is equal to 72. From here, x square will be equal to 144. And hence the value of x will come out to be 12. Alright, the first thing. So the side, these two sides, the two perpendicular sides of this triangle are equal to 12 each. Done. Now a square whose length is equal to twice the base. So twice of this value, a square is formed. So the side of the square will be equal to twice of this, that is 24. Okay, this is the side. If side is s, then the diagonal is equal to s under root 2 in a square. Simple as that. So the answer for this question will be 24 under root 2. Okay, and that is option B, right? So option B, yes, some of you have given the answer, the correct answer. Good to see that. So option B, that is 24 under root 2, is the correct answer for this question, right? Now with this, let's quickly move on to number 5. Number 5 is tricky, slightly difficult, full of calculations. So more than 1 minute will definitely be required. So I'll give you somewhere around 1.5 to 2 minutes. Just make the framework of this question. Hari, a farmer, has a rectangular field of dimension 40 meter by 32 meter. Okay. Now he dug 2 circular wells of diameter 14, be careful, and the depth is 10. Each of his fields, ठीक है. So 2 circular wells are dug. The mud dug out from the wells is spread evenly across the field. Okay. Now find the level by which the field would rise. Interesting question. All right, start करें. So let's start it slowly. ठीक है. What will happen? This is a rectangular field that is given, and in this rectangular field, 2 wells are dug out. Okay. अब ये जो wells हमने dig किए हैं, यहाँ से कुछ soil निकलेगी, and this soil will be spread over the remaining area of this rectangular field. Okay. Now, wherever I want to spread this mud that is dug out from the wells, it will be spread over the remaining area. So this portion will be hollow, so that mud will not be put on these 2 wells. Okay. So first of all, let us find out the volume of the mud that came out. So volume. Now these are circular wells, and they will have some depth. So I can say that it will be the cylindrical wells. Okay. Now there are 2 cylindrical wells, so I'll multiply it by 2. Then pi r square h, so pi 22 upon 7 multiplied by radius. Radius will be equal to 7. So 7 into 7 into the depth or the height of the cylinder is equal to 10. Okay. So this will be the volume of the soil, volume of the mud that came out from these 2 wells, right? So multiply कर देते हैं. 22 into 2 is 44. 44 into 7 is 308. So 308. 44 into 7, 28, 280, 308 multiplied by 10, 3080. So 3080 meter cube, if I'll write the dimensions as well, 3080 meter cube will be the volume of the mud that will come out. Okay. Now this volume will be spread across some area. Now that area will be equal to the area of this rectangular field minus the area of these 2 circles. Okay, the remaining area. So area of the rectangular field is 40 into 32 minus twice pi r square. Okay, why 2? Because there are 2 circles. So minus twice of pi, that is 22 upon 7, into 7 into 7. Okay, so that is equal to 1280 minus 44 into 7. 44 into 7 is 308. Okay, now 2080 minus 308, this will be the remaining volume. Okay, so 980, 972. So this area comes out to be 972. Okay, now when we'll spread this mud across this area, the level of the field will rise. Okay, now the level by which the field will rise will be the total volume divided by the total area. Okay, so the rise in the height would be 3080 divided by 972. All right, now approximate value of this, let's look at the options now. So approximate value of this will be 3 point something. Okay, so there is no need to do further calculations and you can match your answer among the options. So it will not be 1 point something, it will not be 2, it will not be 2 point something, it will be 3 point something. Clearly visible, 3000 divided by 972. Okay, so 3000 something divided by 900 something, it will definitely be 3 point something. So the correct answer should be 3.16, and yes, it is the correct answer. All right, so option C, yes, some of you have already given a correct answer. Let's move on to the next question, question number 6. Question number 6, a question based on circles. Now, if you have studied circles properly, then you should be able to do this question in less than 30 seconds. मैं 20 बोलने वाला था, मैंने थोड़ा सा like I have become a little modest and मैंने 30 seconds बोल दिया, otherwise 20 seconds में भी हो सकता है ये question. बहुत simple सा question है. But one very important I would say concept in circles will be used for this question. So question says, in a circle with center O, two chords AB and CD are extended to meet outside the circle. So these two chords are meeting outside the circle. Okay. Now the same question can be asked if the two chords are intersecting inside the circle. Okay. Now the measure of arc AC is 60 degrees and measure of arc BD is 50 degrees. Then what is the measure of angle APC? Basically, you will have to find out the angle between the chords. चलिए फिगर बनाए पहले. ओके, 30 seconds में हो जाना चाहिए था अगर कंसेप्ट पता है, लॉजिक पता है. सो लेट्स फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल ड्रॉ द फिगर एंड अंडरस्टैंड द बेसिक ऑफ दिस कंसेप्ट. ठीक है. In this case, the chords are meeting outside the circle. I'll also tell you the case when the chords are meeting inside the circle. ठीक है. पहले इस क्वेश्चन को फिनिश करते हैं. Simultaneously, I'll tell you the other thing also. So this is the circle. The chords are meeting outside the circle at point P. यही है ना, point P. So chord AB and chord CD are meeting outside the circle at point P. Now the question is asking you to find out the measure of this angle. Okay, ये वाला angle find out करना है. Done. Now the formula, there is a formula for this. So the concept says, the formula says that the angle between the chords, that is angle APC, is equal to half the measure of arc AC minus the measure of arc BD. Okay, this is the formula that can be directly applied to find out the angle between the two chords. Now, I have a minus sign here, right? Now there will be a negative sign if the chords are meeting outside the circle. Okay? Now let us understand these two terms. Now what do we mean by measure of arc AC? In the question this term is also used. Okay? So now measure of arc AC will be the angle subtended by arc AC at the center of the circle. So basically this angle is 60 degrees. Okay. Measure of arc BD is the angle subtended by BD, arc BD at the center of the circle, which is given as 50. Alright. So be careful with the angle between the chords and the measure of these two arcs. Fine. So I'll substitute the values. So answer will be half of measure of arc AC, that is 60, minus measure of arc BD, that is 50. Alright. So this value comes out to be 5. So 5, that is option D, will be the correct answer for this question. Alright. Okay. Done. So 5 degrees, option D is the correct answer. Right. Now I told you that I'll also tell you the case when the chords are meeting inside the circle. So let's draw that figure. So circle. Let's say the chords are meeting inside the circle like this, AB and CD, and this is point P. Now make a note of it that it's not necessary that the chords are meeting at the center of the circle. So center of the circle can also be any other point than P. So this is the center of the circle. Alright. So this green dot is the center of the circle. Let's say this point is O. O is the center of the circle. Right? Fine. Now in this case, the measure of arc AC will be angle AOC. Alright. AC making an angle at the center of the circle. Similarly, measure of arc BD will be equal to angle BOD. Alright. So now the angle between the chords, that is this angle, angle APC, will be equal to half of measure of arc AC plus, in this case there will be a plus sign, measure of arc BD. Okay, so this will be the formula in this case. Earlier the formula was negative. Let's have a look at that one also. So here in the formula it was a negative sign when the chords are meeting outside the circle. When the chords are meeting inside the circle, then the angle between the chords will be given by this formula where in the middle there is a plus sign. Okay, so these are two different formulas that you must remember to calculate the angle between the chords. Alright, so the correct answer for last question, question number 6, yes, this is the last question, is option D, that is 5 degrees. Alright, so friends, that is all from my side for the day. Some important information for all of you. You can unlock the free trial on the application of BYJU'S exam prep for 3 days. Okay, so you can have a trial for 3 days of the portal of BYJU'S exam prep. So go to the application, feed in your number and start your free trial as soon as possible. Also, we have started our test series that will help you to prepare for CAT 2023 and the other management entrance test. Now, this test series consists of 80 plus mock papers, which will include 25 mock papers for CAT and 55 plus non-CAT mocks as well. Also, there will be 10,000 plus practice questions, topic-wise test covering all the subtopics, video solutions for all CAT mock papers, and the detailed mock analysis for every examination. Now, this series is curated by the CAT experts based on the actual paper pattern of each of these examinations, right? There will also be 3 All India open mocks with the video solutions that will be available to all of you. Okay, now this is the list of all the CAT 2022 toppers, right? You want to see your name in this, so please pull up your socks and start preparing, start studying for CAT seriously. Now, CAT 2023 comprehensive program is also available to all of you. So, new batches are there. You can enroll in these new batches. These are the complete details of all these batches. Alright. So, whatever batch you are going to join, yes, we are about to start with a new batch. Recently, we have launched a batch, and in the upcoming future, in the upcoming days, we are going to launch a new batch as well. So, look at all these details. Link is given in the description of this session to enroll for this program. Now, why, how and when we should start our MBA? Free live interactive workshop that will help you in achieving your desired goal. Okay, so you want to start your preparation for CAT. So, Srinivas sir will be helping you out in deciding it. I think the next session is not on 16th of July, it is on 30th of July at 11 AM. So, you can register for this workshop because the seats are limited. Now, for CAT preparation program, you can get up to 90% scholarship. The next scholarship test is on 23rd of July at 11 AM. Register for this test by going to our application. There are limited seats available for this test as well. So friends, thank you very much for being a part of this session. You can be social with us on all these social media platforms. All right. So thank you very much. I hope you would have enjoyed this session. We'll see you once again in yet another session that will be conducted by us in the upcoming days. Till then, have a wonderful time. Bye-bye.